that's just for the blueprint. To usually 10, 15, sometimes 25. And mid-range, you've dumped 30k into this thing for a weapon. The most you're gonna get back for selling it might be 5,000, maybe 7,500 if you have it maxed out, which is kind of a bummer. That's such a waste. One of the other things I don't like. Oh gosh, what was it? So there's the buyback value. The game does glitch a lot. It's still in development, so they're constantly updating it with little tweaks, fixing missions, changing them. I actually kind of like that. Sometimes the glitches are kind of funny, although sometimes you might end up stuck underneath the floor, can't die, and can't warp out, nothing to do but abort the mission. That's happened to me before. It actually happened to my entire team once, and we knew to stay away from this particular section of floor, but each one of us still hit it anyway. There was one other thing that I didn't like, and I can't remember what it was. Oh well. Must not have been that much hate about it. I did also want to talk about Forma. I don't think I talked about it the other night when I went over mod points and reactors. So if you have a Warframe or a weapon that's at max rank, rank 30, you can apply one Forma to it under here. That's polarization. Your Forma is polarization. It's going to add a polarity to whichever slot you want. For instance, these four in the middle have a polarity applied. I don't know why they chose to call it polarity. I think of it as an element. You've applied an elemental value to this, and so whatever mod you put in that spot is going to be half the normal cost. So boom, it's 5 instead of 9. Kind of half. The bad thing is if you put one that's not in there, it costs you more. At least not double. So since Forma are found in the game for free, if you didn't want to pay for a reactor, it is possible to create a pretty good setup by applying all the right Forma and cutting the cost for all your cards in half. You probably wouldn't be able to get as good a build as with the reactor, but you can still do a lot. So
well put together,
that's all I wanted to
operator.
say about
Now
that.
get out there and cut down
Or something.
and make the Lotus proud.
I'm just gonna do a quick mission, a quick capture. Captures aren't terribly hard. As soon as you enter the map, there will be a red mark. Run after the red mark, kill the red mark, capture the red mark, go to extraction. It's pretty straightforward. However, if you don't know how to run, as I did when I first started, it gets a lot more complicated. I feel a little proud that I actually completed captures without knowing how to run. I feel like that's kind of an accomplishment. But,
you are here to find our target and bring them to the
longer.
extraction point. Happy hunting.
Will you help us, Cheno? And
the
our
Warframe I'm
cause?
using today is Neza.
The grenade deteriorates over time. Is that what makes it violent? Move and
Probably my
strike.
favorite.
We have to win this.
I've been using Trinity Yusuf to my squad, but I'm not using it.
Target located. Kate, our target is in the vicinity.
Oh, he's
Find
in there.
him.
As I said, sometimes it glitches.
Excellent work. Now interrogate the captive
And
back
if
at
the
base.
stuff
Your
come out
part
of
is
the
done
ground
here,
there,
Tenno.
it's cool. Get a little bonus affinity, which is, again, that's the same as XP, by completing a task. Now mine is to get 30 rifle kills. Sometimes it's, you might get 10 stealth kills or 10 melee kills. Kinda easy. It's a shotgun. So I don't know what I would describe Neza as. I like him because he's really speedy.
You are surrounded by Grineer Marines. You see down in the corner 4 abilities. I have how many hits I have left. Some hits from more powerful enemies take more than just one, but sometimes it'll last for a long time. So he has the shield. Firewalker. Impaled and died. And then I never ever use this one. It's supposed to heal a bit. And also transport yourself. And I don't really know the specific wording. Yeah, this is good. Excellent work. We'll interrogate the
So that's a
captive back
capture
at base.
mission.
Your part is done here, Tenno.
Again, I'm very happy that I was able to suck that guy out of the ground. I'm sorry about that. I was in a mission once, and I'd been in it for 20-25 minutes, and I got stuck in the floor like that guy did, and ended up having to abort the mission and then replay the whole thing. It was a bummer. I also wanted to talk a little bit about the syndicates. This is something that I didn't understand. I know I said that they don't hold your hand in the beginning through the tutorials. It's not that it's a difficult game to figure out. I mean, it's easy to go to a mission and figure out what your objective is. It's just that there's a lot of little extra things that I was hesitant to do because I didn't know exactly what it meant. And this was one of them. I didn't know if this was like a player thing, like there was like if these were by other players and if I was going to be having to interact with other players, in which case I would be like, I don't really want to do that because I'm a loner. I'm a lone wolf. But these are actually just a thing that you can join. The thing is, you have to pick which one you want, and by picking the one you join, you'll make enemies out of the other ones. So I joined the parent sequence because they had the most to offer for the types of war suits that I use. I use Trinity, I use Valkyr quite a bit, and so that's why I picked this one. And by picking this one, I made enemies out of the Steel Meridian. And so, anytime I do a mission for the parent sequence, I lose, I guess, status with Steel Meridian. And eventually,
on a lot of innocent people,
I feel it's
what
gonna
do you
come
care?
soon. They'll send a squad after me to kill me. No
Operator,
idea when it'll
were you
happen.
visualizing a bloody
It'll
battle?
just happen.
Me too.
And sometimes they can be pretty vicious. And so I joined the parent sequence in the new Loka.
Your humanity is a beacon for all.
They're allied, so anytime I do one of their missions, I earn I earn points for the other, which is pretty nice. Another thing that you can do is you can join a clan, and that is a player thing. I joined the clan of the person that got me into this, which sounds pretty much like an accusation. It is a little bit of an accusation. But once you join a clan, you can trade with other members of the clan, which is pretty helpful. I think there's a way to buy things. I'm not sure. I haven't really asked because, like I said, I'm a loner. I'm a lone wolf. I'll do it myself. I'll figure out what I need to get. And I think I wanted to talk about the dark sectors. That was another thing that I wasn't quite sure about when I started playing. These red missions here, that means that they're a nightmare. They didn't used to be labeled quite so clearly. But these are just regular missions that have a special consequence on them. Sometimes it'll be you go in and your energy is being drained from the start, or you won't have shields, things like that. And they'll give you a better mod at the end as a reward, which is pretty good. I didn't know that they gave you a better mod as a reward. That's kind of an important thing to know. So once I found that out, I started doing a lot of them. This is a dark sector mission here.
Navigation
I'm
has
not
been
going to start
updated with
it
new
tonight,
invasions.
but it's
Chaos
basically
is spreading.
I don't understand the details of it. When you're in a clan, your clan can challenge other clans for the right to these railways. I don't know why you want it. I'm assuming it's a status thing. But by playing these missions, you don't have to interact with anybody, and like nothing happens. It's just you go in and you complete your mission. But you get some bonuses. You'll get a good deal of credits. There's more resources. Plus, you get XP bonuses for everything, which is really helpful when you're trying to level up. Like, so helpful, especially if you go in with a pretty good squad and you can stay for a decent amount of time. Alright, so that's all I wanted to do for tonight, and that will be it.